So this is something new for me. This is a French press style travel mug. It's sold by Keto Coffee on Amazon. I've really been wanting to try one of these, so I was very excited to get the opportunity. And I've been playing with it a little bit, just with water, so I would know exactly how to work this out. I'm making tea in mine. I'm a tea person. And I have to tell you, I really do not agree with the tea preparation instructions that they put on the Amazon ad. Sorry guys. I am a certified tea specialist and I know a little bit about tea, and it's way too much leaf and way too long a steep. So there's that. I'm going to make it my way because if I own this now, and I will make it my way. So we'll see how that works. A couple of features about this. The outside is very smooth. It's stainless steel on the inside, and it has this nice rubbery grip that it looks like you could take off if you needed to. Personally, I would probably just try to rinse it and keep the outside clean, but it is dishwasher safe, so not really sure how to handle that if it goes in the dishwasher. It's probably fine though. So here's the way it works. This is the lid, and this is the French press part with the plunger. You can see that it has the mesh there, and the idea is that, and you've probably used a French press and this is not a novelty to you, but it was for me, so I'm just going to talk about it like I didn't know, because I didn't. You put the leaf in there and you set this on the top, and then you let the leaf steep, and then you push down on this and it'll push down on the leaf and trap it at the bottom, and in theory it should stop the steeping, although since there are holes in this, it still is going to steep a little bit, but that's okay. So once you've pushed it down, that's what the lid looks like, and this is the drip hole. And I like this little mechanism because it's very tight, so it's likely that this will not leak. And it also has a little lip on it, so you can just flip it up with your thumb, and it doesn't fall back down and bonk you in the nose, which is always a benefit. So, I have some leaf here. I think what I'll do is re-angle this a little bit, and you can watch this with me. Okay, one more thing. See, this has a little rubbery gasket on it, and that gasket engages when it hits that little lip right there in the cup. That's when it starts to push. So, ideally, you don't want to have your leaf way up here, because then when you start to push it down, what happens? The leaf's going to come out around the sides of the gasket. So I measured the water content, how much it held to this point, and it was about 12-ish ounces. Am I remembering that right? Let me look at my measuring cup. Maybe a little closer to 13. It was between 12 and 13 ounces. The tea will displace a little bit, but not a lot. So here we go. There goes my tea. Here's my hot water. This is a 4-minute steeper tea, and I always test travel mugs with the same tea, because then I can get an idea of what it should taste like and if it was a good steep. So I'm just going to stop just shy of that lip. Put this on here, and you can screw this down at this point. But don't push it down because we're not ready yet. Here's my timer. It's worth noting this is not hot whatsoever on the outside. But I'm going to pause the video. We'll come back when it's closer to ding time on the tea, and then we'll see how it does. So here we go. We're back. The timer's ticking down. I forgot to mention one thing, and that is that this thermos comes with this cool spoon that has a alligator type thing where you can clip it on your coffee bag or your tea bag or whatever you have going on. And this is what tea companies usually call a perfect spoon. It's because really when you put a teaspoon of tea in, you're supposed to put a teaspoon and a half, and so this has quite a bit of, that's probably even a tablespoon. It's a big size scoop though. Okay, so here we go. The timer is done. I'm just going to push down here. It's very easy to push. At this point, normally you would just drink it or add sugar or whatever you do. But for these purposes, I just want to use a cup here and pour some of the tea out and see what it looks like. Which I guess is really going to mess the whole thing up, isn't it? Because that'll pull the plunger out. Well, let's pour some out this way. It looks a little light. Now, of course, it is still going to brew a little bit in there because that tea is under that plunger, but it's still in there and contacting the water. But let's see. It smells right. This is a grapefruit tea from one of my favorite companies. It's pretty good. What I intend to do is let this sit for a while and come back to it and revisit it and see if it has gotten oversteeped. And I'll put that in the part of the video, or the part of the review where I write about it. But anyway, I really like this. Oh, I always do like to do one thing. I like to see if they leak at all. So it's all closed up. Batten down the hatches. A little bit. So this is probably one you want to keep upright. Don't throw it in your book bag. I suspect the leaks were coming out of the part where the plunger is. But it doesn't make it a fail. It's just good to know. So this might be one that's best to drink in the console of your car, or maybe you'll be carrying it around. But don't throw it in your bag. You'll probably regret that. Thanks for watching.